All right, welcome back to Two Song Podcast. This is Chris.
And this is Cam.
And this is a show where we try and sort every song ever into one of two categories, either a love song
or a fight song.
Yep, that's exactly right.
And this is episode 115 of our show.
Yes, and that super short but fun little intro that you just heard is for a really famous song right now called I Ain't Worried by One Republic. And the song is a single from May of 2022, but it's also one of the many hit songs on the Top Gun Maverick official soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like, in some of the places I've seen it, it is the craziest title. I Ain't Worried, parentheses, music from, and it just like goes on and on. All right, enough. But yeah, a fun song and like very popular.
Yeah. And we, Chris actually alluded to One Republic in a previous episode.
Oh, I remember saying that, yeah.
Yeah, you're like, where they been?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, cool.
He's pretending like he didn't do it on purpose.
But for the first time I heard this song, I didn't know it was One Republic because I didn't, if I'm being honest, really remember like what they sound like.
Yeah.
Like the way it like starts and has that whistly kind of musical hook. I don't know what I thought One Republic sounded like, but I was just like, But I need to look this up for sure, make sure that's really who it is.
Yeah, and they're kind of like, I don't know, I want to say like notoriously indistinct. I don't know if that's the right, I don't know if indistinct is a word.
It is,
not
but
indistinct.
yeah, I think that might be kind of part of their success. Like, to me, they remind me of Maroon 5. Like, they can almost be a few different genres because what's popular changes, and they're like, well, we are trying to make a living making music, so we'll just kind of shift a little to what's more popular now.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I think they're pretty good at that.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people know them from Too Late to Apologize, but specifically the Too Late to Apologize remix, which I think Timbaland was the producer, and he was like, let me remix it. And if you listen to the two back to back, all he adds is like some moans and some yes. Like he almost brings nothing to it, but I guess he had the notoriety that they needed, and he like put it out for everybody, and then they're like, oh, okay, we'll trust this band now.
Interesting.
Yeah. The song apparently is a huge TikTok sound because someone, maybe even like the actor's wife, but it blew up because Miles Teller was like dancing to it. It's from a certain scene in the new Top Gun, and Miles Teller's dancing to it, and people like made that a sound and used the exact song too. So I think the band jokingly on their social media was like, thanks to Miles Teller's abs, we have another hit on our hands.
Yeah, I mean, it's even in the like loop of video in the Spotify on the page for this song for Spotify.
Yeah, I noticed that. It's the exact clip from them on the beach. They're recreating the volleyball scene from the original, but with a modern twist. And they did that, and then
because nobody plays volleyball anymore.
Yeah, I don't know why they couldn't have just done that. Like they're in, I think, Southern California, so yeah, they could have easily just been on the beach somewhere. But whatever. Yeah, this is a really short song. It flies by because there's not a lot of different parts that need, in my opinion, a whole lot of like breaking down. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, but let's. You want to get to it?
Yeah, let's get to this first verse. Man. And again, kind of like Maroon 5, like this singer has a good voice.
Oh yeah.
It's just like can be kind of chesty and belty, and it can be falsetto. And I think for maybe the last like 20 or something years, falsetto, when used appropriately, has like become like a cheat code for a hit. Like when a man sings falsetto, people just like it and even listen to it. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like we've done a lot of songs that fit that description lately.
Yeah, that's true. We kind of have. I'll say one thing that I don't hear in a lot of songs is the guitar in this first verse. The reverb is turned all the way up. It just sounds like splats rather than notes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's like a thing for pop music right now.
Does it have like almost a lo-fi sound?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it must be. I saw a good chunk of Ed Sheeran's Tiny Desk recently, and he had this whole band and like a choir of people, and they were all really into it, and they were having a great time. And I'm sure they're great instrumentalists, but everybody was turned down. Like the drummer, I could barely hear the drummer. It was just like all about just like the 2 and the 4, just kind of a clap sound.
Mm-hmm.
And there were like 3 guitars and an upright bass at one point, and then like a acoustic electric bass, like a more guitar sized bass. And I was like, I want to hear these instruments so bad, but all I can hear is Ed Sheeran singing and the clap on the 2 and the 4.
Darn. What a shame. Yeah, what a waste.
Yeah.
The more I look at these lyrics, the more confused I am. And I just wonder, is it just like something from pop music where they're like, just kind of word association stuff people like? Because I don't like get a lot of it.
Yeah, I don't either, especially just looking at this first verse. It could be kind of how we've talked about, like drawing you in and making you wonder about what the song's about, but then it's almost like the whole song is like that.
Yeah, that's a good analysis. I kind of think that too. And I don't mean to be critical, it's just kind of, that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't hate on it. I don't know. I think it's worth mentioning that they have been extremely successful, especially their lead singer and main songwriter. Mm-hmm. I was watching a couple videos explain about all of his success outside of OneRepublic, but he has written some huge hit songs for a lot of artists.
Oh wow!
Like
cool.
He has written. I don't know if he gets credit or ghostwrites, but he's written for Beyonce. Like,
oh my gosh!
And he's just big all over. So it's weird to be like, all right, I'm doing more than fine with this, but also I want to keep some really great, really catchy, really poppy songs for my band because I make money on that too. I like that also.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh, I guess since we're tying it into the movie, have you seen the new Top Gun?
I have not.
Oh, nice. Well, I saw it in theaters the way Tom Cruise intended. You know, he like is very anti-streaming. He's like, I'm a movie star. I'm the last movie star. Go to the movie. Don't be a loser. But so I guess I was brainwashed. But I went and saw it. I liked it. If you're a fan of the first one, you'll like the second one. If you're an online forums Reddit movie critic, you probably won't like it. I just found like the villain, I don't want to give anything away, but there isn't a villain. Probably because they wanted the movie to be successful all around the world. But there's no enemy. Like there's no country said aloud of like who we're going to, what the mission's about.
Oh wow.
Which is a little strange. And I will say about Miles Teller, like he's like a bona fide star after this. He is officially made it, and good for him. I like him. I've always been a fan of him. I'm excited for him.
Yeah. Me too. I like him a lot, and I'm happy for him. And I've been meaning to go see it. Just haven't made it to the theaters enough. And there's a few movies out there that I wanted to see. So
yeah, same. Well, yeah, maybe like you onto something that this song just trying to just draw the audience in. I don't know what you've been told, and it's like, whoa, that's a little bit accusatory. What you had to like explain something to me, like.
Yeah, like I don't know who's been talking about me, but but time is running out.
Yeah,
you only live once.
Yeah. Well, should we move into the chorus? To me, like a lot of good pop songs, this song has an awesome chorus.
Yeah, let's do it. That is a fun chorus.
Yeah, it is. It's so, like, who thought of this? They deserve credit for it, but it just is awesome. The way the right now, and then there's like an echo, right now, and they like hold out together. It's like, that's cool. Because I feel like people like to sing along to really good choruses, and that's one that you could sing, especially with somebody else. Like you could both like pick a part or something.
Yeah.
Or you could do that thing people like joke about a lot where you try and sing all the parts. It's just like very embarrassing. Somebody had a recording of you doing that, it would be so shameful. And then to me, it has like a lot of like, I don't know, Lumineers or kind of like gang vocals party stuff that's
Yeah.
just been prevalent in music for a long time now, and it's a lot of fun. But like the haze and stuff, like, I don't know, like, is this at a live show or is this like a recording? And it's, I don't know. A lot of people I've found like try and have that energy, like the live shows that everybody loves. Let's try and like bring that to the studio. It doesn't always work, I don't think.
No. But it is fun in this song, and usually very fun.
Yeah, and we get that whistling part from the beginning again.
Kind of mixed into the chorus.
Yeah.
I really like the bass line. That's a lot more prominent in the chorus.
Yeah, the bass line's really cool.
It's really good.
And it's tight, like it's not too low to where you're like, okay, is this like experimental progressive rock? It's just like, I don't know, you can almost visualize it being like really close, and the bassist being able to play it really staccato and easily.
Yeah.
That's like the feeling I get. But yeah, it's a nice little bass line. I also think, kind of like sometimes I harp on double and triple negatives, how people like that even though they're not supposed to. I think people like contractions and think in pop music people are like, oh, nice, like, or like slang contractions, anything like that is, I don't know, kind of like irreverent toward music, you know, because like music goes back so far in history, and it started out really pure, like just voices, just monks trying to harmonize or sing the same note even, and then now to have like slang and like we were saying a second ago, like fun little haze and ad-libs. I think people really gravitate toward that. It's just like, I don't know, it's like a movie with a lot of special effects. not everybody's gonna like it. Some people are gonna criticize it for that, but like having I Ain't Worried About It be the title and the hook, I think it just like grabs people.
Yeah, I think so. Something I thought of while you were saying that too is like, we talked a lot about all the fun extra sounds that you like can't really place an instrument. You can't really associate it with an instrument. In the Wilder episode, I think it's a similar thing. Like people love just like, oh, that's different. That's a new sound that I don't really associate with music. This song doesn't so much have as much of that, but it's kind of similar to the haze and the fun aspect of it.
I know what you mean, like weird synthy stuff, or like whenever, I don't know, techno became EDM, it became its own really, really popular genre. People were like, oh my gosh, like these robotic, creepy sounds, like just, you know, some people like, they really loved that. They've like never been the same since EDM was really popularized. And but yeah, I think you're right. We just, I don't know, it's like we're listening to a song without really hearing it, and it focuses on it, and then something like brings us in, something weird like that, something new, which is so cool. But this chorus is a little bit of what I was referencing earlier. I just don't, I don't know. I want to get the references, and I didn't look them up because I wanted to see if I could come up with something after listening to it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But if the song was written for this movie, which I don't know that it was, I think it was just like a cool, short pop tune. They were like,
like a feel-good song that would fit the montage of just like, I haven't seen the movie, but just like, hey, we're not all just training, like we have fun too.
That's what it is. Yeah, it is very montagey, and there's almost no dialogue. So yeah, they were just like, let's try a couple songs. This one's good.
Look how good looking we are and how much fun we have.
Well, yeah. But I wonder, like that 1999 Heroes is not a reference to the original. It's from the late 80s. I really, again, it's cool, but I don't.
Yeah, it sounds cool.
Yeah, it does.
It's almost like just like a vague reference of like, hey, here's some nostalgia.
Yeah.
Like you guys remember 1999 and like the heroes, our heroes? We all know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I guess. That reminds me of that Even Stevens where it's like a Fever Dreams, the only musical episode, and Rin didn't prepare a report on the moon landing.
Oh yeah.
So she just keeps harping on the year. She just sings a verse about it's the year after, and then she sings another verse it was the year before. That's like this, like what you just said.
Yeah, I think
know what
about
we're
that
talking about.
song all the time, like way too much.
Me
So
too.
It's how I remember the year that that we went to the moon.
Yeah, well, yeah, same here. Darn.
Which is 1999.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
it's them's the heroes.
that's what it is. It's the astronauts. Oh my gosh.
Just
It was Buzz Lightyear
yeah.
and Louis Armstrong. They were out there. Dang. I can't believe we forgot that. But I just wonder, like, One Republic has been popular for a while. Not too long. Like, Too Late to Apologize, Counting Stars. Those are some of their big hits.
Yeah.
And this one is a huge hit. I just wondered, like, it's not impossible that a lot of their fans were born 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, at the time we're making this and the time the song came out, depending on when in 2002 you'd be 19, 20.
Yeah.
2003 you'd be 19. So, I don't know. I don't know. I know the guys in the band are old enough to, like, have remembered 1999, but I just... Who knows? Like, it could just be that they want us to, like, fixate on it. They want it to be like that chorus is keeping dreams alive, 1999. I ain't worried about it, you know? Like,
Yeah.
just kind of, it's all even, and then that, like, sucks you in as, like, not a hook, but just a little event to be like, like, Google.com, what's the song 1999 Heroes, worried, you know?
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Yeah. And maybe we're missing something.
I feel like that a lot, so yeah. I'm sure we are.
I do like Swimming in the Floods.
Mhm.
That's kind of just like, you know, to me, it sounds like making the best of like a bad situation, or, you know, having fun despite the world ending or something like that.
Mhm.
But then I kind of get lost again on Dancing on the Clouds Below. That's just a really confusing thing.
Yeah. It's almost like something from a video game or a movie where, like, the setting is upside down, you know, or like a dream, and you're falling the wrong way. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. It is very confusing.
I'm just thinking about The Sandman a lot right now because I just tore through it on Netflix. Out now on Netflix. But they do a lot of cool stuff because it's about the King of Dreams, The Sandman, and they do a lot of stuff of just like falling through like a puddle or just like shifting perspectives that like doesn't really make sense, but like kind of feels dreamlike. Some really cool effects. And,
Cool.
you know, clouds are not below, obviously, you know, from this perspective where all of the people are. But if you're dreaming or something, you know, they might be in a different place or something weird.
Darn. I wonder if maybe the song was written for that, and then they were like, we're gonna pass, and then they just,
Yeah, we're going for more of a dark, like a moody thing. This is too happy.
yeah. I doubt it, but it's interesting to think about.
For sure. But he's not worried about the clouds being low or below or you know, the flood or anything.
No?
It's definitely a feel-good song.
Well, should we hear the second verse?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
It's almost like another chorus. Like it is verse 2, and it's kind of double compared to verse 1. But it's really fun for a verse.
Yeah, it gets away from, like, long, delicate legato singing, and is more like, you know, I'm not going to compare it to the band I've been comparing it to, but just any of those bands where the singer kind of came up with, like, 80s pop, early rap, and is a mixture of those. You know, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. To borrow from another one, Jason Mraz, you know, he'll do that. Like, he can sing long, drawn out melodies, but he also can do, like, singing rap. And I think the last half of this verse is a little bit like that.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not trying to be like an old person where every song that is fast is rap to me. I just mean the way that the syllables, like, stack up with a really nice cadence and, like, a really good flow.
Oh, yeah.
Is what reminds me of rap.
Yeah.
I suppose the one line that's a reference that I didn't get, I guess I do now, because I think it's just kind of obvious, but the line, I'm living like I'm 9 zeros.
I was wondering about that.
To me, living, the way it's used there, is like the lifestyle thing. So 9 zeros would just be an astounding net worth.
Billion? Trillion? bad at math.
That's a good question. I would like to be able to have it in front of me because I don't know.
$1 billion, for sure.
It's $1 billion, yeah. And I mean, in just about every corner of this world, that's enough money. Like that's not a little bit of money. Still, that's plenty. So, I don't know. And it goes nicely with the line before it about spending time like it's gold.
Yeah, I do like that a lot. It's kind of cool to think about time as like a currency.
Yeah, it is. I mean that has been done before, but yeah, it's just a neat way to like say it.
Yeah, there's like a whole movie about it. I think Justin Timberlake is in it.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember what it's called. But then it's got no regrets even when I'm broke. Is the next line. So like, you know, I do have $1 billion or more. But even if I am broke or were to be broke, just living life.
Yeah. I wonder I wonder if kind of this is one of those songs that's like self-informing, and it's like Boyz II Men's first big hit was about them singing about how the music industry had really worn them out and how success had been kind of hard for them and stuff, and like that was their first song, and everybody's like, man, I love this song. Like, what's the deal with you guys? And they were all so young. I just wonder if in a way this is One Republic talking about we've made it so many times and people still like forget about us almost, or people don't know what kind of music we really are, but we're a real like alternative rock band. Yeah. We're not just a vocal band, we're not just a pop band, like a boy band, we're a real band, and we've got a really accomplished songwriter as our songwriter. So to be like, I don't know, we've been broke, but we've also been very successful, but it doesn't change us, it doesn't affect us.
Yeah, I think that's a good interpretation. I like it.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, and then maybe, I don't know, maybe the main reason I'm thinking that interpretation is the last line of that verse. I'll take it in and let it go. It's just like, I'm aware of all this stuff, but I don't want it to change who I am.
Yeah. Yeah, and like not dwell on it. Let it, like you said, change them.
What was the time for the chorus again?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, it's still good.
Yeah.
It's kind of copied and pasted, I think. I mean, they could have performed it again, but it's just not much variation from the first chorus.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, yeah, exactly. Not a knock, and not really like a positive thing, but it just is. Like the chorus just comes back again.
Yeah, it still works. So.
Yeah, it does still work. I don't know. I'd like to know more about like where in like the scale and stuff this song is played, and like if there's what effects, if any, are on that first. But I ain't worried about it right now. Where like the music kind of drops out, and then like the right nows and right nows are on top of each other. Like, they just sound so nice together. It's hard to explain. But I think it's definitely another singer, right? It's definitely like a backup singer or a couple backup singers.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, they sound good together. It's not like a different voice. It's almost like the voices blend like really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be cool if it's just like the rest of the band or someone else in the band. If they've been singing together for a long time, that could explain it. Because it's kind of like if you have family members that are in a band together, it just like sounds like they're supposed to sing together.
Yeah, you're right. And that's kind of what I was thinking when I was noticing that.
Cool. The whistle part seems familiar, and maybe that's just because I had like seen it on TikTok or elsewhere. But this song has only really been on my radar in the past few days, a week or so, when you start talking about just doing it for the podcast. So I don't know. Maybe it's just trying to also be nostalgic or something.
That could be. It sounds similar to a part that has a really famous whistling song. It's like an indie song. I remember I saw the music video for it on Fuse, and it was like an animated video, and it was like kind of off-putting. I was like, And years later, it became a popular song. I remember being like, this song's popular. This song's been out for years.
Wow.
But it's a little bit slower than this. This is like similar and much faster. But to me, I gotta be honest, most whistling in songs like sounds the same to me.
Yeah.
Like some people have like a crazy, like beautiful whistle, and they can do stuff with it that sounds like they're part bird, and you're just like, man, that whistles. Like people whistle in music, but very few people are like really good at it.
Yeah, it seems like the ones that are best at whistling aren't usually the ones that are on a track doing the whistling. It's always kind of very generic whistling.
Bingo. I would totally agree with that. Yeah. Man. But I'm with you. It does sound like reminiscent of something for sure.
Cool. Glad I'm not the only one.
And this song is like flying by because it is very short. It's like less than 2.5 minutes. It's kind of the perfect radio pop song.
Yeah, under 3 minutes. Vaguely nostalgic.
The intro is less than 7 seconds, right at 7 seconds, and then I think we're the first chorus in under 20.
Wow.
So yeah, it's like designed for the radio.
I'm curious now, like when it came out, May of this year, mid-May.
Should we move on to the bridge?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. I like the way the guitar gets to be like really rhythm guitar special, just like not big strums with the whole guitar's ringing out, just kind of like 90s trance music or like jam band rhythm guitar, just like fast, lots of strings and lots of pick flattening.
Yeah.
Because the music for the most part goes away and we just get that, and we get these really wet, echoey oohs, these like falsettos again.
Yeah, who's the producer that you said remixed their song and
Timbaland
made a hit? It's like they learned from Timbaland. They were like, oh, we need to throw some oohs and yeahs in there.
Maybe so, yeah. Dang. For a while, they might still be. They were signed to his record label, so he might also be like, he might have his hands in this pot too.
Like, yeah, you forgot to put the oohs in.
Yeah, that's our signature. That's like one of the things. All of our artists have to have that. And it's cool. It's just like tributes or quotes from the rest of the song. Like there's oohs and there's I ain't worried, and just like I don't know. It's a nice bridge because it feels like the song slows down, and it definitely, the momentum slows down.
Yeah.
The bass line goes away and like all this stuff, like the sliding guitar, so it gives you just a little like break from it, but it's really little, and then it like comes right back in.
Oh yeah, yeah, and then it kind of claps you back into it. It's like, hey, do you remember where the beat is? Because we're about to get another chorus.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm glad you said it does do that, doesn't it?
Huh. Yeah. Speaking of which, ready for the final chorus?
Yeah. Gosh.
It's kind of a hard stop there.
Yeah. It's like a drum fill to like nothing, just the end.
Yeah.
I like that this chorus doesn't have a but. It just has, like you said, like that clap or that like stop to make sure you're back in sync with the beat. And then there's just, I ain't worried about it, not but I ain't worried about it.
Yeah.
So it's not like, it's not contrasting itself from the thought before it. It's just being like, you take a beat and you go, to reiterate, I ain't worried, not but I ain't worried. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
But it's on beat too. It's not like you're missing, the challenge where you try and sing the alphabet from the note on A, but start at a weird letter.
Ooh,
like,
yeah.
Because it's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star is the ABC song, at least like in America in the English language. But you can like, as an exercise of mental workout, try and start it from the wrong note or the wrong letter, the right note.
Right.
But it's not like that. It doesn't feel like you're missing the but. the way it comes in. I ain't worried about it right now. It's not disjointed.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel even like cut off at a weird time. Like it kind of still feels resolved.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
it doesn't even seem like it's varied much from the previous choruses of like how those choruses end. Like they're just like, this also works to just end the song on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're right, because we get the whistle again. We get all of it over again.
Yeah.
I like this song. It's a fun song. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like my favorite song, and it's tricky. Like the soundtrack that it's on has a lot of music from the original, just reused.
Mm.
So that movie's iconic. A lot of the songs are iconic. So I'm happy for One Republic that they have yet another hit.
Yeah.
This thing's got millions of streams on Spotify at least. Counting Stars is 1 billion plus. So they're
Wow.
doing just fine, and it's cool they have this hit, but it's also like there's a lot of like you're sharing the soundtrack with a lot of really good songs.
Yeah.
Well, since I picked it, do you want to make me go first? Or you like think you got your mind made up, want to talk about it?
You can go first.
Cool. Okay. I think the way that it wastes no time, it doesn't have like a big rambling piano and string quartet intro. None of the songs really have that very frequently anymore, but I'm trying to think of, trying to like back into the right answer, because sometimes ballads have a bunch of stuff that tell, like feel emotional, get prepared for this type of song.
Yeah.
And I think this song just starts, and then the verses, like I said, the verses end after like 7 seconds, chorus about 20 seconds. There's just this driving bass, there's this experimental kind of like acid rock, reverby guitar happening. And the way that first line draws you in, like, I don't know what you've been told. To me, when someone says that, it's usually not very friendly. Like, tell me what you've been told because I'm concerned it may have been incorrect. It's usually
Yeah.
very confrontational and almost like dishonest. Like, I don't know what you've been told. And it's like, are you promise? Because you seem offended. And how would you be if you didn't know what I've been told, So
yeah.
anytime someone says that, typically I feel like they do know and they're ready to have a one-sided argument with you about that exact thing. So I think the way the verses are and the way that the attitude is like, this is where we're starting from, even if it's in an inaccurate place. And then the choruses are going to explain that, I said all that, I got all in your face to say I don't even care about it. It does not affect me. And the same thing with the second verse, like, no stress and just obsessing with sealing the deal. I'll take it in and let it go. I think the whole song, we may be onto something that it's a little bit about their success and their path, their journey in the music industry. But that it doesn't really, none of the songs have to have any real strong convictions one way or the other. But I still think it's not slow and delicate like a ballad. And I think that it's a little bit confrontational and kind of fun and kind of like driven. So I gotta say it's closer to like a I'm quitting my job, I decided I don't need anybody kind of song. And I think that makes me say fight song.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, for me it's like a summer, I think I said a few times, like feel good, radio hit, like pool party song, or like a beach song. And kind of thinking about it from the context of a band that's already made it and they're not worried about it. It's almost like they're not worried about how it's perceived and like what people think of them anymore. Like they're successful and they're having a good time. But like you said, saying I don't know what you've been told is a little confrontational and like does suggest that there is some concern. about what they've been told. And I find that it's also common for people that, you know, take issue with someone else to just be like, dude, I don't even care, but here's all the things I care about.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't have the issue, but it seems like you have an issue. And
Yeah.
I try not to have issues with anyone, like, actively, and just kind of like, oh, it seems like you're the only one that cares. So for that reason, and along with what you said about the bass that drives it, I think it's also a fight song. Or I also think it's a fight song. So it's because I also do get that kind of like quitting your job, like I'm going to do whatever I want, kind of like a rebellious anthem.
Yeah, there you go. Nice. Yeah, I didn't even think of those two words, but you're right. I totally agree.
Nice.
Cool. Well, there you go. I hope this one was fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
I would say go see the movie, but it might not still be out by the time this episode comes out. But it's a cool movie. It'll be around eventually.
Yeah, I'm gonna go try to see it. Last time I went to the movies, it was still there.
Oh, cool. Okay.
It would be cool. I think it is probably much better in theaters than on TV.
Yeah.
But if you know what the song is about, you know, we would like to know that. We've just
we would.
taken our best guess at it without dapping in and researching and trying to check the Genius interview or just comb YouTube for interviews with the songwriter.
Yeah.
But we'd love to hear from you, and thank you so much for listening.
Yeah. For real, we appreciate y'all.
Watching.
Yeah. Cam, thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course.
We'll talk to y'all again next week.